record right now.
Grand Rising, Elizabeth.
Grand Rising.
Welcome to the Elizabeth Tuesday Health and Wellness Show.
Mm-hmm.
We are privileged to have our very own registered nurse in our midst. And my co-host, I'm honored to say, Sister Stacy. She cares about the health and wellness of our community and brings her wealth of knowledge and experience to us. As she can also you can also view her podcast Mindful Living for Life with Nurse Stacy. Today she has a presentation on the following: marrying your thoughts and emotions. The union that shapes your reality. Looking forward to discussion. And I turn it over to Sister Stacy.
Thank you so much, Sister Deitra. I really appreciate that warm introduction. And marrying your thoughts with your emotions is something that I am very interested in doing deep dives with and continuing my life. So when I thought about doing this topic, I said, yeah, I need to learn more about this myself. So what better way to learn more about something than to actually teach it?
Yep.
That's why I decided to go ahead and do this topic. So I'm going to go ahead and attempt to share my screen. Just give me a moment here. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay, let me move these panels, hide the loading meeting controls. There we go. So, marrying your thoughts with your emotions, marrying your thoughts and emotions, the union that shapes your reality. So, today we're going to be talking about this powerful concept, marrying your thoughts with your emotions, because when your mind and your heart align, you become unstoppable.
Mm-hmm.
And when they disconnect, you feel overwhelmed, confused, or frustrated. So we're going to break down why this alignment is essential for your peace, your energy, and your overall well-being. Okay, so why isn't advancing forward?
Can you make that all the way so you get rid of that stuff at the bottom?
I don't see anything at the bottom.
Go to the very, yeah, not that.
Right here?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No, that made it smaller. Okay.
It's not, okay, there. It is allowing me to move forward now. So is this okay?
Yes, that's fine.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So on to the next slide. So the introduction here is understanding how your thoughts and emotions influence energy, choices, and your overall experience or your overall life experience. Mm-hmm. So we often hear control your thoughts. You ever heard people say you need to control your thoughts or manage your emotions?
Right.
We hear that a lot, but nobody teaches us how to connect the two. How do you connect the thoughts and your emotions? So your thoughts actually create meaning, and your emotions respond to that meaning. Mm-hmm. And altogether, they shape your energy and they also shape your behavior. So understanding the connection changes your life. So when your mind, okay, why this all matters is a good question, right?
Yeah.
When your mind and your heart are aligned, life just flows. Can you imagine that? Your mind and your heart aligning, how life will flow. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. So when your mind and your heart are aligned, life flows. So thoughts and emotions, they work together, and life flows when they work together. You make better decisions. You feel more grounded when that happens, and stress doesn't control you when that happens. But when they are disconnected, your life feels chaotic. You ever had times where your life felt chaotic?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
last night.
That was the misalignment going on.
It was
Misalignment. And then,
and my brain was trying to align with that chaos, and I had to say, no, get chaos gotta go.
yes. So this is why it matters, because
Mhm.
you feel chaotic when that happens. And it's not just mentally, but it's spiritually and physically, because we are holistic beings. Everything is connected. That's why it all matters. And when they're not, like I said, you feel stuck and you can get overwhelmed. Yeah, who wants to feel overwhelmed?
Deitra has her hand up, honey.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I just want to make a note that yesterday I heard someone say that we are supposed to be like water, the way it flows and it goes to where it needs to go. But
Mhm.
it doesn't say, "Oh, I want to stop." No, it doesn't stop. It keeps
Mhm.
going where it needs to. And
Mhm.
so, as people, when you talk about the mind and the heart and things being aligned, if we could just flow like water, I mean, that would
Mhm.
be wonderful. If we don't bring things in to stop us, just keep
Yes.
flowing. Just
Mhm.
flow where
Yes.
we need to go. So I just want to share that.
I think that's why they say the mind is a terrible thing to waste, because if you don't have control of your mind and your thoughts and your thinking and your emotions, ooh,
Yeah.
Right.
you will get
Mhm.
stuck and overwhelmed. So, what are thoughts? Hey, what are thoughts? Thoughts are the internal words. What are we saying to ourselves? Internal words and narratives and interpretations we create about life and situations. Internal words, narratives. And sometimes that's connected to I know not sometimes, all the time, it's connected to what we say about what we feel about our environment and also what we say about ourselves. You
Mhm.
know, they call them limited beliefs. What are you telling yourself?
Right.
And how are you acting out because you're telling yourself certain things? You know? So your thoughts are the internal words, the beliefs, and the narratives you speak to yourself all day long.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's constant.
All day. It don't stop. Can you ever try to shut your mind off? It won't work. It won't work. No, it don't work. These
Yeah.
thoughts create the lens of the thoughts create the lens through what we see in the world.
Mhm.
And that is so true. Our eyes, they call them the eye gate, your ear gate, all of those gates are influenced or influence our life or
Mhm.
what we think and what we believe. I can hear something like I've been on a roll of watching certain things on YouTube because it sparked my interest. And when I started listening to it, it was things that I've heard a long time ago. That's why it resonated with me so much, because I used to teach end time prophecy.
Hmm.
And so when I saw these YouTube videos on end time prophecy, automatically my mind said, "Ooh," and it went back. And everything that they were saying resonated with me and I agreed with. So that
Hmm.
there alone is in my thought. I can't get rid of that. You can't, when you think certain things, it's hard to unthink it. Or when you
Yeah.
are resonating with certain things, some things that are attached to you so deeply, it's hard to not allow that to influence you in some way. So
Yeah.
me listening to this podcast and knowing that I used to teach on it and how it flows and how it's going to go, end time prophecy, people don't teach enough about it
Right.
because I think people don't know enough about it to teach it. And so
Right.
when I listened to it and it resonated with me, it's in my thoughts now. So it's these internal words that I'm feeling myself, the narratives that I'm giving myself, and how I interpret it is all connected. So
Yes.
these thoughts create the lens through which we see the world. Thoughts are powerful because they set the direction of our lives.
Mm.
They actually do. It's like everything begins up here.
Yes.
And I remember my pastor saying, you can't have a thought without a thinker, and you can't have a thinker without a thought. They are inseparable.
Mm-hmm.
And so he also used that to describe how Jesus and God was related, how they're connected, how you can't separate them. And so, yeah, let's move on to the next one. What are emotions? We talked about thoughts. Now, what are emotions? Emotions are the energetic responses your body produces based on your thoughts and also based on your environment. That's, oh, wow. So emotions are your body's response to your thoughts. They are energetic signals that tells you how you're experiencing a moment. Can you just marinate on that for a second? They are energetic signals that tell you how you're experiencing one particular moment. And that one particular moment can be joy. Are you experiencing joy? Fear. It could be anger. How about what I love so much? Peace. I
Is there
love
a
to
distinction between
experience
emotions and feelings?
peace. Yes, I love experiencing that. And that comes from my body, the emotions comes from my body response to the thoughts. So if you think peace, guess what you're going to get?
Peace.
You're going to get peace. And those are emotional responses. The joy, fear, anger, and peace are all emotional responses. And guess what? They don't lie. They do not lie. They tell you exactly what's going on in your heart. And they
Can I throw something in there on that one?
absolutely.
I have a counter offer on that line, on that statement, right?
They don't lie. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Oh man. Because okay, in the moment it may not be a lie, but I've done this.
Uh-huh.
That whatever that thought from what happened in the moment, right?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And then you this is a perfect example. When I was young and I it was my birthday and we were all living together. There was like 15 kids in the house and stuff. So I'm in the kitchen
Uh-huh.
and it's my birthday and stuff. And then we started I started singing and dancing and all that stuff. And my aunt walks
Uh-huh.
in and hits me.
Mm.
I
What?
forgot it's my birthday.
Uh-huh.
I'm thinking I'm doing something wrong.
Uh-huh.
And I, responded to that emotion of that
Uh-huh.
I'm doing something wrong.
Uh-huh.
And she
Yeah.
was giving me my first birthday whoop, hit.
Oh.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying. It's whatever's
yeah.
going on in that moment. And then
Yeah.
in my mind was that I was doing something wrong. But and as soon as I realized when she said happy birthday, I then my emotions changed.
Yeah. It's
Right?
amazing how it's amazing how that happens because in that moment when that shift was happening, it was like I said, it don't lie, but what were you telling yourself? Sometimes we tell ourselves stuff so quick.
Yeah.
That's so
The
true.
moment it's a moment of time. Every thought,
Yeah, every
every thought.
moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God. Thoughts
I would
are
like to add something too.
yeah, you can't shut
That
them off.
happened when I was younger too. I would visit my next door neighbor, and
Mhm.
it so happened that I was over there and we were playing or doing something. But
Mhm.
her mother was cracking, like using a knife to break some ice.
Mhm.
And so when I passed by her mother, I was like, it sounded like she was beating it harder. And I
Mhm.
was
Mhm.
like, I felt like she was angry at me for running around and playing with her daughter.
Mhm.
It's so funny because after that event, my attitude was different.
Yeah.
And then her mother was like, "What's wrong, Deitra?" I was like, "You were mad at me because you were be nice for her." She was like, "Deitra, Dad, I wasn't thinking about you." And
Mhm.
so it's interesting because even later on in life, she would mention that because it stood out because it was kind of funny that I made a big deal about her hitting some ice.
Ain't
Yeah.
that something how the mind can
Yes.
interpret things differently than they
Mhm.
actually are?
Exactly.
Mhm.
And that's where the emotions come in.
But the
Because,
Mhm.
emotions cause you to feel a certain way
yeah,
based upon your understanding at that time, and you can make a
that time.
decision that can alter a lot of things based upon that moment. You get mad at somebody because of your understanding, and that may not have been their intentions, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
That's why a lot of people get in trouble,
Yes. Uh-huh.
like real trouble, like go to jail trouble.
Mhm.
Right.
Mhm.
That's true.
Because they're responding to their emotions without understanding their thought pattern. Why are we thinking the way we're thinking?
Mm-hmm.
Those thoughts and their emotions have to be married together, and you have to put some really thought in it in order for there to be total alignment there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
And we are emotional beings for a reason. We have to be able to communicate, not just with somebody else, with ourselves, and we have to be in tune with the feeling that we have in that moment, and be able to um, not act on it out of character, so to speak.
right. Exactly. So those emotions, these are emotional responses, like I said, and they don't lie. They reveal what's happening inside.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. They actually.
Mm-hmm.
So, what does this concept of marriage means? So that's a topic, marrying your emotions and your thoughts. Marriage means agreement.
Mhm.
Your thoughts and emotions working together rather than fighting each other.
Mhm.
So that what was happening with Deitra and you, Queen. Your emotions and your thought was fighting each other, but it quickly got ironed out. And
Right.
it's just a great
Thank
Right.
God.
example of
I know
right
that's right.
of how things can get ironed out when you get aligned. Because
Mm-hmm.
when Deitra, she told you, girl, I wasn't even thinking about you. That
Right.
brought you into alignment.
It
Or at
did.
Yeah.
least put your mind in the direction of getting aligned because
Mm-hmm.
that wasn't, I shouldn't have been thinking that. But no, you have no control over that.
Right. Exactly.
The only control we have is getting that emotion aligned with those thoughts.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
What about
So,
the concept of emotional intelligence?
oh wow, that's a biggie.
Yeah.
That's a biggie.
Mm-hmm.
That right there is learned.
Yes.
You have to learn that.
Yeah.
I got that book behind me, Emotional Intelligence.
Because in marriage, you're learning how to get along
Mm-hmm.
with not just somebody else, but with yourself, and how you deal with the way they make you feel. So that's why how you deal with your emotions is critical when you're
Mm-hmm.
dealing with people,
Right.
especially up
Absolutely.
close and personal, because they trigger things in you that you may not even know that's there. And
Yep.
when they come out, how do you handle it?
Yeah, we know about them triggers.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Absolutely. So when your thoughts and emotions agree,
Mm-hmm.
you feel whole. When they fight, you feel torn.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
That's something to think about. So that's the concept of marriage.
Yeah.
Agreement between your thoughts and your emotions working together rather than fighting each other.
Right.
So signs of alignment. Would we like to know what are the signs of alignment? How do you know when you're aligned? Woo-wee. When you know you're aligned is when you can make clear decisions, clear decision making.
Yeah.
When your nervous system is calm. Think about that nervous system.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll talk about that in a minute. You have confidence. And my favorite, peace and clarity.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing like it. Ain't nothing. Is there anything like peace and clarity?
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it is just so much. When you're aligned, you feel peace.
Yeah.
Your decision making is clear. Your nervous system is calm, and confidence rises. This is what alignment looks like and feels like. Where? In your body.
Your body, yeah.
You feel it in your body. Your body will tell it all. Go ahead, Deitra.
Okay, yeah. I'm thinking as you talk about peace and clarity, to be married to someone who does not even thrive for that. They want drama or they want something else. And it's interesting when you can step back outside of that situation and look at the other person and see that they're drawn to that drama or whatever. You know, and it's like, but that's not me.
Yes.
You know, that's not what I'm drawn to.
Right.
But some people are. They really like that stuff. You know, so.
Yeah. Like imagine being in the household. And I'm just, I'm transparent. You know, Now let me talk about my household. Okay. So this is my office. This is where I'm at most of the time when I want peace. And when the kids come home, I don't do this all the time. So don't think I don't have relationships where I, are with my family and in the trenches with them, because I wouldn't be able to tell you these stories if I wasn't.
Okay.
So,
We understand.
My husband loves to watch action movies. You know, he's into Tubi right now. And I'm like, Tubi?
Yeah.
Like, no, Tubi? You know, I'm into like meditation and getting my mind settled and
Joe Dispenza.
Yeah. Setting boundaries, close the door, leave me alone, kind of stuff. It's like okay, this is what we say in my household. Okay, so Dana got a bedroom downstairs, Xavier bedroom next to my office. My bedroom is up front, and the TV is on the other side of that, which is the living room where my husband is watching TV all the time. And when we get on each other's nerves, you know what we tell each other? Go home.
Go home.
And we literally get a kick out of it. Like, would you just go home? Leave me alone.
Get out of here.
And they love telling me that too. When I'm getting on their nerves, go home.
Go home.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, so when I go home, don't you follow me. Don't come to my house.
I know that's right.
Because I need peace right now.
But you do need your personal space.
I do. So yeah, we feel this in our body. Like I was saying, when this alignment looks and feels like what you're going to feel it in your body. So the signs of misalignment. How do you know when you're misaligned? Look at this. Look at these. You get confused.
Yep.
Emotional overwhelm. Anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
And I do not like feeling spiritually off. I don't like that at all. Because you're going to feel all of that in your body. You definitely feel it where it's going to hit you where it hurt. Because you cannot separate the mind and the body interaction. What you're thinking in your mind is going to control what's going on in your body.
That's right.
People can get sick from holding things in their mind for too long, especially unforgiveness, resentfulness, and stuff like that. You can really get sick, and some people don't even know that's the reason why they sick, because it's all in the thought pattern, and making sure that you marry those thoughts with the right emotions is very important.
But we're not trained to understand the body and mind connection.
Yeah, you got to learn it.
We're not really trained we're not really properly trained to do critical thinking. We're so used to being really, when you talk about things, you have to be able to deal with it. That's why a lot of people don't talk about things, because of how it makes them feel. So the emotional component of our being, it takes you being able to admit that you just don't know what to do, or that you are out of alignment, because you can argue and fuss because you're used to arguing and fussing. But people can cuss you out, but they can't talk to you. Okay, I put it like that.
Right.
It's so true. It's so true. And sometimes you want to know what somebody is feeling, because people will do stuff and not even know why they did it. And so you ask them, why you do that? It goes on in my house. I don't know. Oh, okay. So think about it. Just think about it. What was it that drove you to do that? Like yesterday, my grandson, he had a little issue with basketball practice. And I could tell him walking out the door before he got to my car, something was wrong.
Yes.
And then my husband was saying something to him, and he was quiet as a mouse. He wouldn't say nothing. I said, Xavier, you hear your dad talking to you? Yeah, I don't feel like talking. I was like, oh, okay. So then I knew to leave him alone. And I let him go to his room when he came home. And he went to the room, and that's like, I'm going to go in here and check on him, right? So I'm like, what's going on, Xavier? Nothing. I'm all right. I'm like, boy, I know you. I know when something is wrong with you.
Right.
And do you want to talk about it? And that's like, he would sit there for a minute. And he's like, so when I was playing basketball today, these guys were talking to me and making me feel bad, because they were playing to each other, I guess defense, offense, or whatever. And I guess he didn't catch the ball, or he didn't dribble the ball, something he didn't do right that they didn't like. And they said to him, what's wrong with you? And that really hurt him when they said, what's wrong with you? Because he was just in the game trying to play and try to do what he was doing. But I could see how his emotions affected him. It really had him down. And I had to encourage him and say, boy, you're the best one on that team.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody on that team better than you. So when you go tomorrow, you play that game like you are the best one on there.
All right.
Oh, that's great.
And so when I tell you I said that, he perked up. It was like I shot life into him. And I walked away and I'm like, yeah, that's what's up.
But that's just it. That's just it. The narrative of how we engage and we have to breathe new life into a situation because people are frazzled right now and overwhelmed because all the toxicity. So when you give people something inspirational, motivational, it's a breath of fresh air.
Yes, it is.
It is.
Because right now we have normalized craziness. Well, what's normal is abnormal. And talking like this, people don't want to. It's too difficult for people to sit down and reason together because that's not the norm. The president show you how crazy this country is, this world is, because he does destructive things and nobody's checking him. Right. So you're trying to sit down the reason for people, like you said, your grandson need to talk. He didn't. How can he talk when nobody communicates like that?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm just glad. It made me feel so good because I know that I have that relationship with him.
Yeah.
And he feels comfortable enough to talk to me and tells me how he feels so we can work through it.
Yeah.
And that just made my day. Like I walked away.
Yeah, girl.
Pat on the back.
Pat on the back.
Yeah. I felt good.
You should
feel good to be able to help someone. It really does. Because when we're down and out like that, we're in a deep, dark place. And if you don't address those emotions can get out of control and cause you to do the things that you don't even know why you're doing it. Like
exactly.
Refrigerator open. I don't know. You open the refrigerator and just turn around and walk away. You don't know why you did it. And that's just things because the mind is moving so fast. Those thoughts are in there feeding you negative stuff. And so my goal now is to teach him to marry the two together. Marry your thoughts and your emotions together. Talk about how you feel. So that's why I was so happy that he told me how he felt. So when thoughts and emotions disagree, your body lets you know. His posture let me know.
Yeah.
It was like this. His posture let me know that something was wrong with him. So thoughts and emotions disagree. Your body lets you know. You feel confused, overwhelmed, anxious, disconnected from yourself. Imagine how he felt. Like he loved to play basketball. He dreams of being a basketball star. And he's out playing basketball and somebody says, what are you doing? Disconnected from himself. The feelings that he had, like, I'm going to be a great basketball player. Somebody tried to shoot that down. And I had to tell him, no, buddy, you the best there is. So you
wow. From a woman, that's what a man needs. You shift because look like this. Depression and anxiety is a mental thing, but it's also a physical thing. And your body can be clinically depressed because of how you think. But the thing about it, before it gets to that level, somebody intervene with you. They see your body can make you sick, your mind can make you sick, but it also can make you well.
Absolutely. Oh, what a powerful statement. Your body can make you well. Your thoughts can make you well.
Because it's chemical.
The chemicals. You can't separate them. Period. So when the thoughts and emotions disagree, your body lets you know. You feel confused, overwhelmed, anxious, or disconnected from yourself. And you may feel spiritually off or mentally scattered. Yeah. This is what misalignment looks like. So, how thoughts influence emotions? Yeah. Your thoughts create meaning, right? Your thoughts create meaning. The meaning produces feelings. Let's think about that for a minute. Your thoughts create meaning. The meaning produces feelings. So if you change the meaning, you change the feeling. What does it mean to you? Like you and Deitra and Queen was saying, it meant something to me at the moment, you know. Change the meaning. Those people help you change the meaning. I helped my grandson change the meaning.
Yeah.
He changed his feelings. It meant all the things in the world. So your thoughts create meaning, and the meaning create the emotional response. But if you think something is dangerous, this is a statement. If you think something is dangerous, your body produces what?
Chemicals in response to it.
Fear. Imagine living in fear. If you think something is dangerous, your body produces fear. And I got another story to say with that, because when I went to my grandson's scrimmage game on Saturday, when I saw the coach that was coaching these people, oh my God, not my grandson, but the other coach. When I saw how he was coaching these boys, he was in the trenches with them. He was telling them what to do, how to turn, put the ball here. He was all in like coaches do. You know, when they playing, they screaming.
Right.
He was in the trenches with them. And when I looked over at Xavier's coach, he was sitting down. He wasn't doing nothing. So in my mind, I compared the two. I'm like, this team is going to kill them.
Yeah.
I already knew they were going to lose. And my son knew it too after we talked about it. So the coach was sitting there and he was standing up, but he was not in the trenches with them. So when he finally put my grandson in the game, you can't make this up. The team on the other end had the ball. So they passed, they pass the ball, and then they start coming down the court with the ball. They coming down the court with the ball. So my grandson, he on his way down to the other end because they got to play defense, right? But he coming down with his back turned. So when he going down with his back turned, and when you get down so far, you're supposed to turn around so you can meet him at your defense, right? He got down there. When he turned around, when I tell you, the look on his face looked like somebody was coming after him with a shotgun. He was so scared. You could see it in his face. He didn't know. It was almost as if he didn't know where he was because he was scared. And when I mentioned it to him later on, I was like, Xavier, I was talking about how all the teams were responding to, they didn't know how to play defense. His team didn't know how. They weren't taught. They didn't know how. And this was a scrimmage game, so they were learning process. So some of the guys, when they went down, they weren't, taking the position and, getting ready to, they were sitting there with their arms down like they was waiting on something to happen. I'm like, what is going on with this team here? So I kind of got upset. So later on, I asked my grandson, I said, isn't your coach the principal? He's like, yeah. And sad to say, I said something that really made him not feel so good. But I said it. And I'm going to tell you what I said, because why? I'm transparent.
Right.
I said, your coach sucks. And that came from
but he knew that.
I observed.
He knew that. You just confirm what he already knew. And life, we need coaching throughout our whole life. I mean, what's happening is that we don't have enough support like we need to. And that's why we're falling apart. I mean, the community falling apart, and nobody is calling people to the task, you know? Yeah. We're being complacent and complicit in our own undermining. You know, we look at how we function. Does anybody say, okay, now, okay, they doing this, but what are we doing to make sure we're good? Okay. People need to be called to task. So when you said that he was not the guy that you need, he needed to be confronted on that. The coach was not coaching him. And we have a community, we don't have the people that's being vigilant and making sure we're good, and we're not doing anything to step our game up. Okay. Yeah. So we have depression because we are overwhelmed.
Absolutely. So again, your thoughts create meanings, and the meanings create the emotional responses. If you think something is dangerous, your body responds to fear. If you think something is beautiful, your body produces joy. Yeah. Ooh, that feeling. I can feel that feeling already. I love the feeling of joy. Changing your thoughts changes your feelings. So how emotions influence thoughts. Strong emotions can distort thinking when they are unprocessed or suppressed. And that's why it's so good to talk about it, right, Calvin? It's so good to talk about it and process what you're going through so that you can marry that emotion and that thoughts together so that you can produce a better outcome in your life. You definitely got to have a better outcome in your life. You have to marry those thoughts and emotions together. Emotions also shape your thoughts. When you're anxious, even simple things seem threatening. The very simple things can feel threatening. When you're hurt, minor situations feel personal.
Because you're vulnerable.
Yeah. Emotions can distort thoughts, especially unprocessed ones. That's why emotional awareness is powerful. Once you become aware, you got something to work with. Something to work with. Go ahead, Deitra.
As I'm listening to and seeing what's this presentation, I'm thinking about the many people I cross paths with on a daily basis. And I can just think about, what are people really going through, and how can I assist them with just my presence, understanding what they're thinking. Because sometimes people act really irrational to me. And I'm thinking, I have my thoughts about it, but do I ever talk to them and find out how to help them or let them express themselves? Give them a medium to express.
Yeah, that's so important because everybody has a voice.
Yes.
And sometimes voices go unheard because people are afraid to speak about it, like you were saying, Cal. Right. People are afraid to speak about it because once they start speaking about it, they have to deal with it. It comes to surface. It comes alive. Now, here's this emotion. What do I do with it? You're going to do something with it. You're going to change the way you think.
Right.
You have to change the way you think in order to grow.
Yeah.
So, that's very important. Emotions shape your thoughts. When you're anxious, even simple things seem threatening. When you're hurt, situations seem personal, and emotions can distort your thoughts.
It's a loop. It's a loop that when you think a certain way, you have emotion and feeling about it. And unless you address that to elevate somebody just saying, hey, how you doing? Reaching out and saying, you walking down the street and you acknowledge a person, that can change their whole day. Years ago, I was going to the store and a guy was at the liquor store outside of it. And he said, today is my birthday. He wished me a happy birthday. Now, just that moment made a difference for him. But that's just it. It's that moment when you need somebody to give you that reassurance that you're going to be okay and that you just need to get to the next rung in the ladder, dear. Not just achieve amount, just be able to make that first initiative.
Exactly.
To change.
That is so powerful. That is so powerful what you said, Calvin. That one word, the moment.
The moment. Get through that moment.
In that moment.
Yeah, yeah.
You can switch your feelings quickly in that moment.
Just like that.
I know y'all going to church sometime and you go into church and you feeling all down and out, and all of a sudden the spirit get to moving and you get to clapping, you get to praising God and lifting your hands. In that moment, that joy comes, what you feel from the presence of God being in there, you inspired because of the time that you spent in that moment in church. And sometimes you can just be off all of a sudden, and just one word can say, one word in a song, just one word in a song could just change your emotions just like that.
That's how dynamic and resilient we are. But when you just so accustomed to thinking in a low frequency and vibration, it takes a lot more to get you back in alignment. But what it is that it's you. It's you. It's not just the circumstances. It's always you and how you deal with the mountainous issues that you're dealing with. Because that mountain, you can deal with it, but you have to have the faith enough to deal with it.
Absolutely. So this here is the alignment formula. Your thought leads to emotion, right?
Yes.
The emotion leads to action, right? And then after the action, what do you have? You have the outcome. And like you said, Calvin, it's a cycle. This cycle becomes your lifestyle, your habits, and your identity. So how do you want to identify yourself? How do you want to be looked at? How do you want to view yourself as a person? If you want to view yourself as a loving, peaceful, kind person that carries joy, you have to carry that thought process. That thought process is going to lead to that emotion. And then you're going to start acting that out. And you can perpetuate that cycle over and over and over again if you choose to.
But that's just it. When you reject therapy, I've been there. When you reject therapy, don't want to take medicine, don't want to go part of the process, you don't. But if you see that, if you see how detrimental that is to you, and you take ownership of it, that's when it changes. But your parents want you to do it, your family wants, anybody wants you to do it, that's not enough. You have to take ownership for it, and that nobody can make you do that. You have to say, okay, now I'm a hot mess, but I can change. And you have to crawl before you walk, But you have to at least initiate, embrace it, some of the fall, and just say, I just can't do this by myself. Absolutely. And when you accept the fact that you can't do it by yourself and start seeking out help, that's when it changes. The medication, yes, but your mindset has to change.
Absolutely.
Because you can still be depressed on medication. You can still be depressed on medication,
Yeah, you can. Deitra?
Oh, yes. I'm thinking about this formula. I'm thinking that it's interesting that we can enact this formula, but the family is the closest people that they're around you the most of the time. They're gonna experience this. Because being on a show like this or with a group that see me once a week or whatever, I can do this, and show my outcome will be pretty good. But my family, they're gonna be right there in the thick of this. So they're gonna experience all of my emotions, all see actions. So it's very telling with the family.
Absolutely. Your true colors. True
colors. Exactly.
Okay, let's move on. Tools to bring thoughts into alignment. What tools can we use? Journaling. And I got to say, I don't do this enough. I keep telling myself I'm going to start doing this because when you put your thoughts down on paper,
right,
and you go back and you read it, sometimes I have put stuff on paper. I got books and books of stuff that I wrote down. You put stuff down on paper and you go back a year later and you look at what you wrote and you be like, what's
wow. Yes.
It is so important to journal because oh my gosh, I just got to start doing it. Mental reframing. Reframe what you are thinking mentally. Make it like the limit to beliefs. You have to reframe your limit to beliefs. Like I used to always tell myself, you fat, you ugly, and everybody knows it. I had to say, I'm at my goal weight, I'm beautiful, and I know it. I had to reframe my mental capacity. I had to stop feeding myself all those negative self-beliefs.
And your thoughts can hold you hostage or liberate you. Your thoughts.
Yeah.
They go because we said what the power of the word is to restore hope to the hopeless and free the
Mhm.
captive.
Absolutely. So yeah, your thought awareness and speaking truth over fear. Fear gonna tell you a lie.
Yeah.
What is the truth? Speak the truth. When you speak the truth over fear, you have control because fear tries to control you. And just imagine speaking the truth over that fear. That control is lost. I was fearful of starting my podcast, and I started because the truth was fear has no dominion over me. You can't control me like that. I'm in control. And I'm going to stay in control. Fear ain't, no, you're not gripping me like that, holding me hostage. So I had to let that fear go. So to align your thoughts, you have to become aware of them. Journaling helps you track your mental patterns.
It does.
Think about it. It helps you track. I go back and look at some stuff years ago and I'm tracking. Myron Golden say, you tracking? Tracking. Mental reframing helps you challenge negative thinking.
The power's in words.
Yes, speaking truth over fear helps you rewrite the story. What stories are you telling yourself?
Right.
Speak the truth, rewrite the story. I had to do that when I was losing weight. When I had to tell myself about what was going on in my life as a child. I was eating cake. I was eating whatever I wanted to eat because it made me feel good. A kid falls down,
Security blanket.
He injured himself. He come in, the mama puts a Band-Aid on it, and she gives him a piece of cake because it makes him feel good. So you take
And protects you.
things that you had when a child and you use them in your adulthood. Whenever you feel a certain way that you felt with a child, you do things to make you feel good. And sometimes those things that make you feel good could be detrimental to you. So you have to rewrite the story. I had to tell myself, I don't need that piece of cake to feel good.
And you can rewrite it.
Yeah, and I did. I'd rewrite it. So speaking the truth over fear helps you rewrite the story. Thoughts needs redirection. Marry your thoughts with your emotions. So the tools to bring emotions into alignment: breath work, deep breath. I need to take one right now. Deep breath. Let's just all take a deep breath.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
Lord, this is good.
a deep breath and stillness. Oh, emotional naming. What is the emotion? Name it. Releasing stored tension. You can't release stored tension until you name the emotion. What am I feeling?
Yes.
What has got me feeling all tensed up like this?
You're having
What
a conversation with
about
yourself every day, all day long.
Yeah.
You're having a conversation with yourself every day from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed. You're having a conversation.
Yeah. And those conversations are emotions, and emotions need care. Your emotions need care. Care for your emotions. Breath work calms the body. And some people think like, that's just a meditation. Yeah, no. Breath work is you are breath. You breathe in, you breathe out. That's what keeps you alive. Breath work calms the body. Naming what you feel gives you clarity. Now I know why I felt that way, because I'm gonna tell you, I ask myself questions all the time. Why did I say that? What was I feeling? Oh, I know. And then when I get down to it, I know what I was feeling, then I can address it. But I can't address it until I know what it is. So releasing it releases tension. So you want to be able to release that stored tension that you have in your body. You can't
Well,
allow
it stores in your. If you don't release it, it stores in your body in the form of disease.
Yes, it does. And I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to try to get through these.
I'm sorry, I just had to say
no
something.
worries, no worries. But naming what you feel gives clarity. Stillness creates space to process. Just sitting still, it creates a space to process. Releasing tension clears emotional buildup. Emotions don't need to be judged. they need to be understood.
Oh,
You feel that way for a reason. You feel that
Yes.
way for a
Oh,
reason.
that's
Somebody used to tell me all the time, you shouldn't feel that way. I'm like, no, tell me how I should feel. Tell me how
right.
I should deal with how I'm feeling. That's what needs to be addressed. They need to be understood. Until you understand what it is that I'm feeling, you can't help me. So don't tell me what I should and should not feel. Tell me how to deal with what I'm feeling and my emotions that I'm going through. That's so.
Ooh, oh.
This is what I want to talk about here: the nervous system, the control center.
Mhm.
This is how our bodies react to it. Your nervous system, your central nervous system, your brain, your spinal cord, your sympathetic nervous system is the fight or flight. This is what causes you to freeze. This is what causes you to be in the stress mode of being anxious, reactive, irritated, defensive, or overwhelmed. Your body thinks it's in danger, even if it's just a stressful conversation. It could be an emotional memory, feeling judged, being triggered, or having too much on your mind. Now, we having too much on your mind, the brain doesn't think, it reacts. That's what goes on in our body. That's why we feel in certain ways when we're dealing with all of this stress. But on the flip side, we have a sympathetic nervous system, and thank God he gave us a parasympathetic nervous system. This is the rest and response system of our brain. My favorite. Yes, this is the peace mode, your calm, grounded state. When this system is active, you feel safe, clear-minded, emotionally balanced, able to think before you react. You feel connected to yourself and you feel connected to others. I want to stay in the parasympathetic nervous system mode all the time. That peace mode is where I want to live, because what is there? That in that peace mode is total alignment. It matters because your thoughts and your emotions don't operate by themselves. They run through your nervous system filter.
Why do they call it a nervous breakdown?
Okay. Because your system didn't filter it right.
That's right. They say you shouldn't say nervous, but it is a nervous breakdown because there's something going on with the thoughts and feelings and emotions that causes this disruption in the process.
Absolutely.
So it is a nervous breakdown.
I done had a nervous breakdown before.
I've had two, and I've had that, so I know how it feels to be consumed with grief and anxiety, but I know that it can change though.
Absolutely.
It changed because my perspective on how to deal with life changed. But as long as I was feeding into it, it didn't change.
Absolutely. So the key truth here is you cannot think your way into peace. You must regulate your nervous system into peace. Regulation, marrying the thought with the emotion. They have to be in alignment. You have to marry the two. You can't function without it. You function without it, you're in misalignment. You function with it, you're in alignment.
How do you do that?
How to create mind-heart agreement. Pause before reacting. Take a minute to think about something before you actually do something. The Bible tells us to do that. Be slow to speak. Slow to
on your tongue.
Yeah, he tells us to do that. All this stuff here that we're talking about today, this all started back in the Bible. Basic instructions before leaving earth.
It did.
Originated there. No counseling that anybody could ever give you. All the counseling anyone could ever give you starts in that basics instructions before leaving earth. So you need to pause before you react. Be slow to speak. Align with desired outcome. What do you want the outcome to be? Okay. All right, I'm going to argue with my kids. I'm going to argue with my kids. I'm going to pause and I'm going to think, okay, if I say that, I know what's going to happen if I say it this way.
That's right.
But if I say it with love and kindness and peace and consideration for their feelings, that's the outcome I want. So let me pause before I react. And that's called temperance.
Yes.
That's what the Bible called temperance. It's having control over how you react. You don't want to react. You want to respond. So you match the thought plus the feeling. Match thought plus feeling intentionally. You got to do this intentionally. Think about it. It has to be done intentionally. If you don't do it intentionally, guess what? It won't happen. It's just not going to happen. So practical daily alignment ritual. I used to think of a ritual as like something like satanic or something, but no. It ain't no. Ritual is something that you do on a regular basis to start to have consistency in your life. So you can do a morning thought check. What are you thinking when you first wake up in the morning? What are you thinking? I know what I think when I first wake up in the morning. I think, thank you for waking me up in the morning. Thank you for starting me on my way. What do I need to do today? How do I need to feel today? And that's emotional grounding. You can do your affirmations of what you intend to happen through your day. And then at night, before you go to bed, reflect on your whole day. What was thinking this morning? How did I ground myself emotionally today? What affirmations were I telling myself? And then you can go to sleep in peace when you do that. So why alignment impacts health? Chronic misalignment creates stress, inflammation, and internal conflict. Know that. Chronic misalignment creates stress, inflammation, and internal conflict. Alignment promotes healing. How wonderful is that?
Great.
By saying that, I just feel a sense of peace. You know, it's nothing like peace. And I'm telling you right now, if I'm going to fight for anything in this world, I'm going to fight for my peace.
Come on now.
Ain't nobody taking it from me. Ain't nobody taking my peace from me. And because I have boundaries, you know, I tell people how to treat me. You know, people treat you how you tell them to treat you.
Come on.
If you set these boundaries, people don't treat you a certain way.
Okay.
So you have to be able to voice how you feel and tell people how you feel so that they can respect you.
Right.
Respect only comes when you demand it. You have to demand respect. So, closing message: your thoughts set direction. Your emotions give momentum. Alignment gives you power.
Yes.
So let's go live in harmony. Let's just be.
Ooh, this was so good.
You only got the last little bit of it.
Girl, I wanted to see the whole thing, okay? Hurry up and upload this one.
Yeah, this is
Thank you.
I'm trying to get back so I can stop share. Are we all together?
Yes.
no.
All right. We're
You
not.
hit the
You
button,
see?
the stop share button.
Oh, that part.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. What do I think
It's at the top. It says stop share.
it's actually at the bottom.
It's at the bottom.
Okay, so I have to, I need to bring this together. Wait, don't you? Hold on. Oh,
I know that when you what
Can
I
you see that?
what I experienced in my life was that God had put me on a 40-day fast.
Wow.
And all I with all that was going on, all I knew, Stacy, is that I needed peace. That's all. You know, like what it says that, you know, everything be going all crazy and God will protect you as all the stuff is going on. And yeah, so I really experienced, I just said, you know, in the fast, I didn't know give me this, give me that, no material things, just give me peace. Whatever is going on, give me peace, because while you're going through it, you're making up all kind of stuff. It could
Yeah.
be this. They don't, what, I wonder what they feel, how they feel, what's going to happen, blah, 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 blah. Why am I feeling like this? And then, you know what, God, just give me peace in the midst of the storm.
That's right.
Just give me peace. And then no matter what happens, you just flowing. You just flowing through it. And that's
Yeah.
how I got through what I had to get through. And how I responded to that was
Mhm.
major, because
Mhm.
what was happening was major,
Yeah.
not death. It was about life. And but the whole thing was, while I'm not understanding, I know I have to find out all this stuff. Well, at that point,
Mhm.
I didn't know what the stuff was, but just what is going on? What is going on? You know,
Mhm.
and then when it happened, my response was like unusual
Mhm.
and full of peace.
Can you stop the
And
sharing part for me? Because I'm trying. I can't figure out how to do it.
how do you take it out?
Yeah, I'm trying to stop sharing. Because you still see my screen?
Yeah,
Yes.
Can you stop it for me?
I don't think so.
Well, this is a mess.
Well, we're all cute, so
Well, I want to be cute with y'all.
you cute. We
Oh.
see you. Well, I see you.
Yeah, we
Everybody's
see
might
you.
be different. When I'm speaking, I mean, when I'm doing the presentation and share, I don't
Mhm.
see myself on the side at all. So
Mhm.
I don't know. And I haven't figured it out. But anyway, I'm just saying, peace is that thing. Fear in countries that are warring is normal for them.
Mhm.
It becomes normal, because
Mhm.
all day they're in that state of survival, and it just
Mhm.
becomes normal. And that can
Mhm.
happen in our lives as well, that things just become. But
Mhm.
peace that passes understanding.
Peace, 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 peace. Yes, I
Okay.
need to get out of this. I need to get out of this. Where do I?
Well, we're gonna get out because you're gonna close us out, and then I see you. Do you see us?
I see you guys. I do. I
Okay,
just don't.
we're gonna.
I just didn't want you to. I didn't want to leave with showing my screen. But anyway, I was so. I felt so good sharing this today
Yeah, that
because
was
not
good.
only did I teach it, but while I'm teaching it, I learned so much myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Because I want to live in total peace. I want to be in alignment at all times. And that's a work in progress. That's something that's not going to happen overnight, but we got to work on it. And like I said, we got to do it intentionally. So let's intentionally give ourselves a hug and love
Yay.
ourselves and get focused on being in alignment. Oh my gosh, that feels so good. Feels so good. Give the world a hug. Yes, bring them into that peace we want to share and sprinkle peace, love, and joy to everyone. And thanks for joining us today, Dr. Kafira.
Thanks so much. And I am glad to say yes to me. I've
Yes.
said
Yes.
yes to so many others,
Mm.
but
Mm.
now I'm giving myself permission
Yes.
to release, let go, let
Yeah.
flow, and be happy in the midst of any storm.
Right.
That's wonderful.
There's one presence and one power. That which I speak about, I bring about. I
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
each and every one of you for being.
Mhm.
Thank
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for
Thank you.
sharing. Thank you
I
for your
say.
presence. Your presence is always welcome here. That beautiful smile.
I
you.
know.
Guys, have a wonderful day on purpose.
Yes.
All
Peace
right.
out.
Peace.
Peace in.
Peace out. Ashe.
Yes.
Peace out. Peace in.
Peace out.
Peace.
Peace in. Peace in. Peace out.
And
Yes.
yeah.